everyone. My name is Taeseong. Iceland, Japan, and Indonesia. Have you ever heard about multiple accidents that occurred in these countries lately? It's the volcanic eruption. This does not contact that only exists in the textbook. Many countries have at least one volcanic eruption. Then, did this happen similarly in the distant past? Yes. As you can see, the natural disasters are going up. In 7980, Pompeii had suffered from a big volcano mountain. So today I will talk about a book called What Was Pompeii by Jim O'Connor. The main characters in the book are men and women of all ages in Pompeii and archaeologists who studied the site. The setting is southwest of Rome. I started to read this book because I was always interested in volcanoes. At first, it was out of simple curiosity, wanted to know about the amazing scene of volcanic eruption. However, after reading this book, unlike my lifetime interest, I was scared about natural disasters and I wanted to introduce to my friends about what happened in Pompeii. This is why I've chosen this book. Let's have a time travel to 1900 years ago. How did the archaeologists discover the interesting facts about Pompeii? How can we know what happened in the past? Raise your hand if you know it. Yes.
In 1750, a person named Taeseong. In 1750, a person named Taeseong. No?
Yes, Margot. Yes, the answer is relic. Relic includes things that people used in the old days in places where they lived. In 1599, workers were digging a tunnel until they spotted some features of Pompeii. However, almost all the people didn't care about it until the 1700s. By then, Carl Beggars, who's an archaeologist that worked hard to excavate this place, first discovered Pompeii. He and his peer archaeologists found relics that was used long time ago. For example, there was a plaster cast of a dock victims, stepping stones, amphitheaters, etc. I even went to Pompeii exhibition because I was curious about Pompeii. I learned a lot when I visited there. Now let's begin to talk about the events that happened in Pompeii. Do you know what happened in Pompeii? Raise your hand if you know it, as I gave you some hints before. Yes, Margaret.
It was a volcano and the ash destroyed the whole.
Yes, it was the volcanic eruption. August 17, 1780, toxic gas inside a mountain called Vesuvius was trying to escape through the volcanic outlet. After a week, August 24, 1780, the first ashes started to fall overhead and a mixture of water droplets and dangerous ashes had fallen down. Men and women of all ages in Pompeii were having their daily lives until dark clouds covered the sky. Then the Vesuvius had exploded. Lava and hot ash came and melted the entire city. 2 hours later, except for people who had escaped earlier, the remaining people had no chance of escaping Pompeii. More than 14 hours later, toxic gas came and covered the entire city to death. According to the investigations these days, the eruption is thought to be lasting 27 to 33 days until the end. The buildings and roads were covered with ashes and rocks. After a long time, Pompeii became a buried city and got forgotten for an even longer time. My favorite part was when Pompeii had been found. People these days can now better understand the history of ancient times thanks to the discovery of Pompeii. The influence of this discovery might have been considered as a trivial at first, but it turned out to be very meaningful. I was touched when I learned that a very small relic can show us a very great history of the past. First, history repeats itself. We can learn from the natural disasters of the past. Knowing the past is very important. We learn about Pompeii because they tried to study and know the past through relics. Studying relics and people who study it is very important. Therefore, the study of the past must continue constantly. Second, I have been very faithful in preparing my presentation on Pompeii. In order to prevent the tragic disaster, we should look about the volcanic eruption and get prepared by making manuals and conducting evacuation drills. I hope all of you have also learned the importance of preparing for disaster by listening to my presentation. Last quiz. What do you think this powder is? Raise your hand if you know it. Yes, Brendan.
It's the ash of pombe.
Yes, it's ash. Can you please come up here, please? Can you please touch this? How do you feel when you touch the powder? Yes, it's kind of soft. As you can see, this is real ash. Thanks for listening.